Hello and welcome to the channel. Harry Maguire is no longer Manchester United captain. It's official. Today it's been announced that Erik Ten Hag has stripped him of the captaincy, and now a player who only played 8 times last season, 8 times across the whole of the season in all competitions, last season, 8 times, yeah, will not be Manchester United captain any longer. So what does that mean? It basically means we're looking for a new captain. And it probably also means that Harry Maguire is closer to leaving the club. Now, I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be happier. I've never rated him. I think he should have gone 2 seasons ago. But let's see who's in for him. There's rumours about Aston Villa, West Ham. Obviously, they've been spoken about for a while. In fact, for me, he could go Luton, go Forest, go anywhere. Just leave Manchester United. Obviously, the problem's going to be how much can we get for him? We bought him for 80 million in 2019. What's he worth now? Having played 8 games last season, 30, 40. Looking at how Manchester United shape up when we're selling players, though, it looks like, we could be haggled down and probably get reasonably, probably 20, 30% less. But we'll have to wait and see. As for a replacement, I think really, for me, there's one standout candidate for Manchester United captain, and that has to be Bruno Fernandes. Why? Well, he's an ever present. Played more games last season than any other player in the top 5 divisions in Europe. Um, he is a model professional, playing multiple positions for United. I mean, what he did for us last season was fantastic. The guy is a machine, and he should be rewarded for the dedication he shows on the pitch and off the pitch. Yet there is a tiny, tiny little worry for me, and that worry is, but towards the end, middle and the end of last season, he did show some. Was overshowing his emotions. That's too much. Let's say, and it was irritating his teammates, and it was irritating me and many other Man United fans at the time. I wondered whether there was something going on in his personal life, or whether he was just frustrated. I mean, having to play out of position at times, cope with Wout Weghorst, trying to get the best out of Jadon Sancho and so on and so forth. So, I mean, and I think obviously Ten Hag took him to one side and said something to him because it did abruptly stop. So, I mean, some people might want Casemiro, but for me, he's not been at the club long enough, and I know that doesn't mean he can't be captain. But we're yet to see whether this semi-petulant or semi-aggressive side to his tackling and the how he plays continues into this season, and the captain, sets the example to other players. So, do we want to have a captain who sets an example of 2 or 3 red cards a season? I think we should just wait on that one for Casemiro, and I think that's why I think Bruno Fernandes is the perfect option. Back to Harry Maguire. I mean, we just want him gone, don't we? That's it. Now, related to Harry Maguire, obviously it's been said that Erik Ten Hag needs to sell before he can buy now. But there's been a news story today, and that is that the Glazers are going to kind of cough up 170 million. Now, I don't know whether that's 170 million in total, which includes the money already spent. So it's been said that Ten Hag had £120 million budget. So I don't know whether they're just going to put on a 50 on top to make that 170, or it is an extra 170. So he would have had a £290 million budget. I don't know. There's no clarification on that yet, and the fact that the story may just be rubbish anyway. But the fact that Maguire's been stripped of captaincy means he's closer to the door, and as I mentioned, there has been talk of a few clubs who are interested in him. So let's hope he leaves. Let's hope that Ten Hag gets that extra cash and can buy a replacement. There have been a few players obviously spoken about, and obviously United have missed out on 1 or 2. But I seriously don't think that a centre back was a serious idea for Ten Hag. But saying that, we all thought that the striker was the most important position, for this transfer window, which I still believe is. But instead, he's bought a midfielder in Mason Mount, and he looks like he's going to sign Andrea Nana. So we'll just have to wait and see. But if that 170 is extra, will he spend all that money on a decent quality striker, or two strikers? I think for 170 you could possibly get two strikers. Obviously he wants Rasmus Højlund, and then I don't know. I mean, Mawani maybe, Randall Mawani. I think 170 gets you in. You've got the money then to get those two players through the door. One who's a proven goal scorer getting through the door now, French international, and the other, Højlund, Danish international, up and coming striker for the future. Just need to get him into the squad. Get Ben, McCarthy training him. Improve his finishing. I think the finishing seems to be one of the weaker points of his game, and obviously for an attacking player, or a number 9, that can't be. We can't have that. But anyway, I digress. That's a completely different story, isn't it? A different video. Harry Maguire. Let's get him out the door. 30, 35 million at least. And then we can move on. We can move on from what's been a comedy of errors, this guy. And we can move on and start next season afresh, knowing that we know the Joker's no longer with us. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you disagreed or agree with anything I've said, you think, you think someone else should be captain, not Harry Maguire, sorry, not Bruno Fernandes, then let me know in the comments below. What do you think about this 170 million story? Do you think it's true? If it is true, what do you think Erik ten Hag will do with it or should do with it? Let us know in the comments below. So thanks for watching. Please like the video. If you don't subscribe, please subscribe.